Getting back out there on the field last night for you?
I mean, awesome. We actually got down there. I took a seat, just looked over the the field, and just took it all in again. Just to be able to get out there and run around and feel my feet underneath myself. It was awesome.
Where'd you sit? What was going through your mind?
It was just like where we came out of the tunnel. Just like appreciation. You know what I mean? Gratitude for the journey, for being able to get back out there, and just for the little things.
What did you learn about yourself at the end of last season, watching from the sideline?
I mean, shoot, that was the first time I ever had a season-ending injury or something I needed to get surgery on and recover like that. So it was some trying times, and I think moments like that are awesome because I think you learn the most about not only yourself, but you take a step back and you really see everything from a third-person point of view, and not like an outsider looking in, but almost from that perspective, you know what I mean? So it was awesome to be able to see it from that point of view and really, gain another level of understanding.
Can you remind me, left, right ankle?
It was my left foot.
Left foot.
Yes, sir.
How are you feeling?
Feel good moving around, no soreness, so excited to get rolling into day 2.
Is it like riding a bike, pretty much, like you pick it up right away?
Yeah. I mean, I think the first call you might have some jitters, but then, you get right back into it.
Coach Bielema, when we were with the media, he was asked about expectations, and he was like, things can change real quick. We barely beat Purdue. Rutgers was a tough game. Is that a message that he's said to you guys too, that you got to take everybody seriously?
Yeah, I think that's a message we kind of carried throughout ourselves. I mean, it's definitely top down, relayed, but I think it's expectations are cool. People. And, I try to just shy away from it because it really doesn't mean anything. It's one day at a time. You got to earn it. At any point, it can be taken from you. So, like I said, it's just one day at a time, one practice at a time, one drill at a time. And where things shake out, things will shake out.
How do you go about reinserting yourself into the defense with kind of so much time away from that unit?
I think it's kind of a natural thing. I mean, I think a lot of those guys I played a lot of football with, so I think it's natural, it's fun, it's good to be out there with the guys, and I can't wait to keep it rolling.
What did you see from Kanena, from James, from Malachi last season? They really stepped into pretty big roles down the stretch.
Yeah, I think a lot of them played a lot of good football. I think when we started running more, getting our 2-backer sets out there, I think we kind of came into they kind of came into great playing, and it was fun to be able to just see them get some playing time, make some plays, and really just like see themselves come out and show in true colors.
Not to belabor the point, but you said it's your first real significant season. Like, how did you get through that? What was the day-to-day I guess, acceptance and then probably anger? Like, how did you get through that?
Yeah, a lot of anger at the world for sure. But I just, like I said, as far as the previous question, just a day at a time. I think eventually the anger fades away and you realize that it's a part of the sport and everyone deals with it in some capacity. Luckily, it was just a foot, and it could have been worse. So, I mean, just finding the gratitude for the little things and understanding that I got another year. It's all right. You know what I mean? So, just ready to get rolling.
Do you feel like you're angrier out on the football field after that injury?
I would say there's more passion to it. You know what I mean? You take a step back and you're just like, wow, how cool is it that I get to do this? So I wouldn't say angry or no. I would say more passion from just gratitude to be able to do it.
You talk about maybe getting a different perspective while you weren't playing. What did you learn or what did you see in a different view of football?
I think it more so big picture things, understanding how things are supposed to look, understanding, from a top down element, just the way things flow, the way the team interacts with one another, just like the little things like that. Where when you're in it, you're just like. You're in it, you know what I mean? You don't see all the moving elements and the moving pieces. So just being able to take that all in was really cool for it being what it was, you know what I mean?
I mean, do you feel like that's helped you now that you're back sort of in the middle of it, that you do have maybe a better big picture understanding?
Certainly. I think the things or the injury that happened to me was for the betterment of me. I think I've grown from it. I think it's kind of revitalized me in a way of like driving or lighting, not that the fire was out, but you know what I mean? Like there's a whole new fire. So I think it's been awesome.
Did you learn about anything about the defense or the position while you were out, kind of taking a different angle than when you're on the field?
Oh yeah, for sure. Me and Coach Mack, I'd snag anytime I could with him during the season. So any type of special teams meeting or anything, I'd snag him and ask him questions and just pick his brain and really like understand concepts, like schemes, things we like, things we don't like, and just like trying to better my understanding, trying to be the best possible version of myself.
This is a veteran defense now, third year under Aaron Henry as the coordinator. What's the next step for the group as a whole, do you think? And any goals, team goals?
I would just say consistency. I would say some snaps we looked really good, and then, it's hard to do. Consistency is the hardest thing in football, in my opinion. It's really easy to have a big play here, a big play there. But if we can just consistently do that for 4 quarters and, put our offense in good positions to go make plays, then I think at the end of the day we'll set ourselves up for success.
Take me into your room, Dylan. Like, this is you're a veteran. You got the guys, James, Malachi. They have veteran leadership and experience.
Mm-hmm.
Second year for Coach Mack to coach you guys. Is it more of a collaborative process now? Of what do you guys like? What do you guys don't like? How do you guys see this? Hey, Coach, can we try this?
Yeah, certainly. I think Coach Mack has been awesome, and just since he's got here, it's always been like, how can I best coach you? It's not like, this is how we're gonna do it. This is my way. You know what I mean? Like, it's always been like, whatever you guys need, we'll get you. And so, whether it's drills or whether it's how we key something or something that we feel uncomfortable with, he's always been sure to iron those things out. And however best we see it, he'll meet us in the middle.
Do you guys ever have like number goals, like 40 sacks, only give up 18 points per game? Do you guys ever have those kind of goals?
I would say more so probably holistically goals, you know what I mean? As far as just playing technically sound, limiting DBOs, just the little details that add up into those statistic numbers. I don't really think I'm sure there's guys that would like to reach certain numbers at the end of the day, but I think if you lead with that, it's not really a good thing. So I think we try to preach just the little things and how those little things will add up into those stats that you want.
Did you know on the field, like, okay, this is really bad, or did that become clear in the tent and then in the locker room?
So I cut weird. I felt like a pop in my foot, and then I got back up and started running again. And it felt weird, so I dropped, and then I kept telling one of the trainers that I think my cleat was broke. So once he figured out my cleat wasn't broke, there was only one thing left that was broke.
You were able to do a little bit in the spring, right? I mean,
Yeah.
You weren't totally out. Like, is that kind of like a teaser, I guess?
Yeah, a little bit for sure. I was able to get out there, get my feet wet again, but just ready to be rolling full go here.
A couple of new guys in the room, Bierman and Conte. What have you seen from those guys?
Grant, obviously a big, tall, lanky freshman with, the world ahead of him. I think he is a very bright kid. He wants to get better. He's very intentional about, going about his daily routine and how he chooses to live that. And I think Ish is coming along great. I think since the day he's got here, he's gotten exceptionally better, and I think he continues to grow.
I know you weren't part of it, but like they got into sub packages, especially after you got hurt, and it really unlocked Malachi, Kanena. Like, how have the staff use their full roster rather than just sticking with the ones of the base defense? How they kind of make sure they get everyone on the field?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think at the end of the year we started playing around and realizing that there's some guys behind that we were able to find a way to let them shine through. So I think them continuing to do that and just finding ways to get all of our playmakers out on the field. Like you said, we have a veteran team right now and a lot of guys that can play some good football. So just finding a way to finding the guys that will help us win.